Hey, folks, this is Spiritual Stud,
And I am MT, baby.
and welcome to another episode of Just My Opinion, where we're going to talk about, some LGBT things today, and I got some concerns about this healthcare bill that I want to talk about, and then I got some people for the A train.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's get it going.
Okay, who's going first? You or me?
Okay, I'll go with I don't want to do my A-Train people yet. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this healthcare bill. Because I have a personal vested interest in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Simply because I do have a pre-existing condition.
Don't we all?
Now, one thing that's got me with this freaking bill is that when they talk about pre-existing conditions, Kevin Yoder has a commercial in Kansas City that says, thank him for doing what he promised. Okay, Mr. Yoder, first of all, I'm not going to thank you. Actually, I really really like to use a few choice words. And the reason is because if you have a pre-existing condition, this thing allows this bill this thing allows states to decide whether or not they're going to cover you, whether or not they can opt out, right?
Right.
They're talking about a pool for the people with the pre-existing conditions. There's a pool. But like this lady said, you have to qualify to get in that pool.
Yep.
Then you have to make sure you get in before anybody else gets in, so you get covered. But it's not going to be enough. That's the thing. When you have a pre-existing condition, then those are generally serious issues.
Right.
They cost.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you straight up, when I was searching for insurance, and I had a job, when I was searching for insurance, Blue Cross and Blue Shield told me on the phone they wouldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole. That's what they said. Now, Barack Obama made it possible for people like me to be covered, not even have to worry about that. Now, I have a job where I'm okay. But there are a lot of people out there that are not covered. They don't have jobs that will cover them. Not only that, but this stupid bill will give employers the option of covering us. So my employer could say, you know what? Y'all cost too much. Not covering it.
Which
What can you do?
Nothing.
Right. Just die.
Yeah,
Just die.
basically.
Go to the ER, but ER is not going to do anything because guess what? My stuff can't be handled in ER.
Same here. Same here. That's exactly what they told me. Look, this is what happened. True story. I am severely anemic. Went to the hospital, and the doctor was like, you need emergency surgery. And I'm like, let's do this right now before anybody else catches on to what we're doing. So I was like, down for it. Let's do it. Then they gave me some blood. The next day, the surgeon comes in and goes, guess what? You're not in crisis anymore. So no surgery for you.
Wow.
So, and then of course my anemia is a pre-existing condition.
Yeah.
Along with a laundry list. I mean, basically just being alive is a pre-existing condition according to that bill.
Yeah. Right. And so when they get up and tell those lies about what this bill is, you know, that it made me so angry because I have walked through that. You have walked through that. So many people with these conditions have walked through what these fools in Washington seem to not understand. Because why? Their pockets are very deep.
Right.
So they don't have to deal with this, really.
They opted out.
Of course. Because, again, they don't have to deal with this. They can pay to be treated. They probably have concierge doctors. They don't go to the doctor's office. The doctor comes to them.
Exactly.
You know, if you don't know what a concierge doctor is, that's what a concierge doctor is. They don't handle regular folks. They have a list of, you know, celebs, and probably very important
They
people.
go to their homes.
They go to their home. They make house calls, and they get paid very well for it because they keep secrets. So I just wanted people, our audience especially, in our community, they're not trying to help us anyway.
Oh no.
And you know, for trans people that are going through these surgeries, and you know, you were kind of getting to where things were going to be covered for you, and now,
Well, come on, Senate. We got to see what the
Right.
Senate's gonna do.
right?
You know, and hopefully not all of them have lost their natural minds. So it's a guessing game. Who knows? Who
It
knows?
is. We don't know what is going to happen. But I'm just like, for everybody that voted for this idiot, I hope, and I know you're not happy because you guys are screaming and yelling at these folks in these town hall meetings, which I must admit I laugh at. I get a good giggle and guffaw. Guffaw. Because they stupid. And y'all letting them have it. And I'm, hey, 2 thumbs up for you. Keep kicking ass. I said it. I'm done with that.
Okay. You done with your
I'm done
segment?
I'm done with that.
All right. So I found some very disturbing news.
Uh-oh.
And it was a lot of things I thought about to talk about, but what I really wanted to focus on was earning potential of LGBT persons versus the rest of the world.
Okay.
And like I said, it was when I started doing some Googling and found out some research, it was kind of odd.
Really?
So I'm just gonna do what a real journalist would do, even though this is just my opinion. Of course, you get my opinion in the end.
Right.
But a real journalist lays out the facts and then lets you decide for yourself.
There you
So,
go. All right.
the American Psychology Association, APA, in 2017, so this year,
Got it.
has done some research, and they have come up with this thing called the SES. It's the Socioeconomic Status.
Okay.
That's the SES. Now, what this does is it measures education, income, occupation. Okay? And it's compiling data for everyone, and then, of course, they break that down into groups. So they would take, you know, the Hispanic population, the LGBT, you know, the whatever. So this is what they do. They're creating these findings by doing research and compiling data. Now, the evidence of the SES says LGBT people are at a disadvantage, and this is some of the reasons that they listed why. Gay men earn 32% less than heterosexual men.
What?
Oh, I'm just reporting it,
Okay,
okay?
all right.
That's what I was like. I was like, seriously? Okay, but like I said, my opinion, I'll give you in a minute.
Okay.
5.9% of the general population... Oh, hold on. Gotta go back. Hold on. 64% of trans people make less than $25,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's more than half.
I can believe it.
Okay. 5.9% of the general population make less than $10,000 a year. 5.9, which isn't huge, but you know, it's not teeny tiny either, especially if you're in that category.
Right.
And then 14% of LGBT people are in an income bracket that is $10,000 or less,
Wow.
which is basically poverty line.
Right.
That's the poverty line. Okay.
yeah.
So, or less. I'm like, dang.
Right.
Okay.
Less.
So, excuse me, they listed these reasons why. They said that termination from your job is still legal if you're found out to be gay, your sexual orientation, in 31 states.
Including the one I live in. Okay.
Hello. Okay. Also, 68% LGBT people experience employment discrimination.
Yeah.
That's almost 70%.
Right.
And I have to be honest with you. A lot, okay, not my opinion. Hold on. Get back on track. You know I'm like a squirrel. Just squirrel. I gotta stay focused because this stuff just makes me so angry. Okay, the youth, which you and I understand this, and I've worked with passages in the youth groups, so I really understand and have talked and worked with some of these kids that are affected by some of this. 20 to 40% of the homeless are LGBT youth.
Yeah.
Coming out to your family, there is a 50% negative reaction. That's half.
Well, yeah.
And then you have 26% that when they do come out to their parents are kicked out of the house.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
We know that. Okay. So that all that information came from the American Psychology Association. You can Google it for yourself. I wouldn't lie to you.
Those are real facts,
Those
not
are real
alternative facts.
Exactly. Real facts. Because I don't look nothing like Kellyanne Conway. Thank Jesus. Okay. Now, what was interesting about on the flip side of it, when I started looking up information, was there's some statistics out there that are wildly different
Really?
than what I just reported. CNN reported findings of like 38% higher wealth for LGBT people and gay men.
Well, if you count Anderson Cooper, I'm just saying.
Well, he ain't everybody.
But you know.
But,
You know, I mean, that's what they're looking at.
I'm trying to get to the opinion part in a minute.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
It's hard. It's hard to stay
Squirrel.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay. So, CNN, when I just looked at the page and they have this nice little pretty graph up there from their statistics, and I was like, this doesn't look anything like what I just reported. So, I mean, they basically had a whole article dedicated to the fact that LGBT people make more money than a heterosexual population. All across the board. Every single one of their findings, it was more. Sometimes 10%,
right.
sometimes upwards of 20% more, that the community earned more than heterosexual people.
Right,
okay.
Right.
Then I went on to, this place is called howmuch.net. Okay, I Googled, what can I say? Okay, they had some alarming statistics as well. Now, this study was done in 2016, and it said that gay people make 28% more. Gay couples make 28% more than heterosexual couples. And it said that those that make less than $35,000 a year, 21% were heterosexual and 12% were gay couples.
Okay. I'm not saying anything till opinion time comes.
It's opinion time. That's
all right,
all I got
go.
to say.
Let's
get
go.
into
Let's do it.
Okay, first of all, the media. The media. Now, you know how much I can't stand 45.
I do.
He makes my blood boil in a certain kind of way. But the crooked media and the false, fake media,
Fake news.
controlling the narrative of what people think
Exactly.
Because I'm be honest with you, my personal opinion was gay white males always make more than the rest of us.
Mine too.
That was my
That was
opinion.
my
But you
thinking.
know what shaped that opinion? And I thought about that today. I said because, one, I look at examples like Logo. Logo is an LGBT channel.
Right.
Everything on it is run, owned, and designed for the LGBT community. All the shows, all the programming, the executives, the writers, everybody, LGBT, all day, all the time. You know, that's what it is. And when you turn on Logo and you're channel flipping, you don't see people who look like us. You don't. So I'm like, there must not be any black women, lesbian writers for Logo.
They're not even
They're
white lesbians. I mean, really.
There's a couple.
Really,
There's a couple.
But Logo, in my opinion, is only for men. That's my opinion. You know, I'm just
you know,
put it there.
and like my homie Chuck Tackett talks about,
Yeah.
they got to have a little eye candy on there, so they throw in a few little nice looking black gay boys on there,
Right.
So that they got something, you know, something good to look at.
but
but-
we don't. I watch Golden Girls on there. I watch Mama's Family.
You know what I'm saying? That was not for
But
us.
they don't have
so
anything-
in my mind,
Right,
that
right.
shaped the opinion that these white gay males
Right.
had a little power, a little influence,
Mm-hmm.
you know, over shaping the programming, and they were using that, and I'm sure it created quite a bit of wealth because it's on TV. Logo is a real channel.
Right.
I make it up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Then I look at things like the real estate industry. What's on TV? The
Right.
media shapes the narrative. So you look at TV and you've got these wildly extravagant gay men who
Say
are
yes to the
million dollar listings.
Right.
Oh honey, they are all over fashion and all that, baby.
Right.
They got the like you said, say yes to the wedding dresses. That's not a cheap business. You make some money
Right.
peddling, slanging them wedding dresses.
Right.
Okay. You got real estate,
Interior design.
interior design. I mean, the gay men are all white gay males all over it. So in
Right.
my mind, I think they must make a lot more money than we do.
Right.
But is that necessarily true?
Just a small portion.
It could be a small portion.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So that's why we do these shows, period.
Yeah.
It's because a lot of us have opinions.
Yeah.
Everybody got an opinion about something. But
Right.
what is it that shapes your opinion? Is the media controlling the narrative here? You know what I mean? Because why would CNN come up with a poll that's so, I mean, they use the Gallup poll, which everybody trusts the Gallup poll, right?
Right. Right.
For their statistics.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so it's the Gallup poll has got to be true, right?
Well, I'll be like this. I know a few gay people, gay couples. You know,
Yeah.
you know a few gay couples, and
Mhm.
we know that some of them are doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Then we have those that are doing okay, and then we have those that are, in that other category.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, honestly, I think they're lying. That's just my opinion. Once again, I think it's a lie.
I don't understand how. Okay, let's use a parallel example. Being black. Now, don't go crazy. I know y'all. Don't compare being gay to being black. Just
Well,
hold
some of
on.
them do though. Some of
Hold
them do.
on for a minute and just listen.
Right.
So, being black, we understand, comes with certain issues
Right.
that affect our earning. Okay, so whether it's education, whether it is opportunity, you know, those kind of things keep us from being the majority of people who are making the majority of wealth. Because we've got institutionalized things that are happening that keep us in these positions. Being in the LGBT community has a lot of the same discriminations.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
but what's weird is the LGBT community is not protected in most states from discrimination.
Right. Right.
You know, if I'm black and my employer goes, you know what, I don't like you, N-word, get out of here, I'm firing you, I can go to the EEOC, the NAACP. It's a whole acronym list I can go to and be like, you know what, we suing him and I want my job back or I want some money. If you are trans and they go, you know what, tranny boy, I don't like you, get out of here, you're fired. Most states, he has no recourse.
Right.
He's just got to go find a job, period.
Right.
There's nothing for you. There's no list of people. He can call the equal opportunity people if he wants to.
Nothing's going to happen.
But there's no protection under the state laws
Right.
for that.
Right.
See, and these are the kind of things that I think a lot of people that are outside of our community don't think about.
Right.
You know, you may not like us. Fine. Hey, that's your thing. You don't got to. You don't have to like a lesbian, a gay, a bisexual, a trans, an intersex, none of it. You can hold up your Christian values and beat people over the head with your Bible all day long. But it is just beyond cruel to affect people's livelihood. You know, and their ability to just live. You know, just live. You know,
Right.
despite the battle between what's right and what's wrong,
Right.
you have to have basic necessities in this world. You have to have food, shelter, water. You got to have a job. You got to get some type of education. And those basic necessities are supposed to be equal rights.
Yep.
Equality. Under, you know, all men were created equal. Doesn't matter if you like what they do or not. It's a bunch of Christians that do stuff I don't like. Constantly, all the time. So, you know, but I should not have the ability to keep them from making a living, you know, or existing in this world. And I just think it's extremely cruel. But I'd like to, you know, one day we're going to come back and circle back around this, because I think at the end of the year I'd like to do another show and see what the statistics are, because I just felt it very, very odd that the contradictions between these different organizations was so dramatically different. How do you go from the LGBT people under the American Psychological Association saying that we are horribly discriminated, we make way less, to CNN and others saying that we make way more?
Oh.
Exactly. That's my segment.
That's your segment. Okay.
I'm done being squirrel for now.
All right. Yay. Yeah, okay. So
what you got, homie?
I got a few people
Mm-hmm.
that I want to put on the train.
Oh, the A train to
A
hell.
train to
Woo-hoo.
choo choo to hell. Okay.
On
So,
board.
First dude,
Mm-hmm.
Missouri state rep,
Mm-hmm.
lawmaker, Rick Brattin, Brattin. I hope I'm saying that name correctly.
Mm-hmm.
This douche
Mm-mm.
got up
Oh,
and said, I just want to make sure I get it right. Because they're debating a protection law, anti-discrimination law for the LGBTQ community.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this thing got up and said, and I'm just going to read it so I'm, correct. Be correct. When you look at the tenets of religion, of the Bible, of the Quran, of other religions, Britton said from the Missouri House floor, there is a distinction between homosexuality and just being a human being. You want me to read it again?
Yeah, keep reading. I don't understand
You
that.
read it again?
Yeah.
I need to redo it? Okay. When you look
Mm-hmm.
at the tenets of religion,
Mm-hmm.
of the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
of the Quran,
Mm-hmm.
of other religions,
Mm-hmm.
there is a distinction
Mhm.
between homosexuality and just being a human being.
So basically what he's saying is that being homosexual is not equal to being human.
There you go. There you
That
go.
sounds awful familiar.
So, Mr. Britton.
Same reason for slavery.
Right. I tell you, these people love to get in the religion, don't they?
They
and
love
then
it.
they want to put it on, they want to step on it like it's, a ladder or something and just stand there and say, well, based on this, you are not human. What am I, a walking, talking dog? I mean, this is my thing. That Bible, that Quran, whatever it is that you're using, the Torah, I don't care. Whatever it is, does not give you the right to say that anyone else is less human than you. Because in reality, we could say just from the words that proceeded from your mouth, you are less than human. Because you have no care nor compassion for other people.
That's right.
You're just a big douche. I mean, I don't know what else to say without cursing. The spiritual stud is not trying to curse anymore. As bad as I'm,
I know.
I get mad.
I know. It's
But
hard some days.
I'm like, guys,
you cannot. This is my thing. When it comes to religion, no matter what the religion is, there's one thing that all religion is supposed to teach, and that is compassion and love.
Right.
Now, it's one thing. Let's say, for example, something I know nothing about, construction.
okay,
I don't know anything, or mechanics.
Yeah.
Carburetor.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what that was if you
do
showed
they
it
still
to me.
have carburetors?
I don't know.
All right,
I
that's-
don't really know, but that's what I'm saying. That's my
Right.
point. I know nothing about this.
Right.
Now, if I was to get a book on carburetors and construction, okay, and now I got this book, and I go up to somebody who's been a mechanic for 40 years, and I go, you know what? If you stick the pliers in the right side of the carburetor and then yank forward, then you're going to get the results you want, and that carburetor is going to run. And that man's going to look at me like I have lost my natural mind because I obviously don't know what I'm talking about. That's what y'all sound like. That's what y'all religious people sound like. It's like you got a hold of the Bible, you read it, you don't really understand it, but you read it, and then you're going to take little bits and pieces of it and then go try to talk to somebody who is LGBT or anything else that you feel free to discriminate against.
Right.
And then you want to use those passages, and we are looking at you like you don't make any sense.
Right.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
It's because just because you read the words out of the book does not mean that you have an understanding of those words.
Right. Which is clear.
Which is clear. And
Very
you know
clear.
what? Which will lead to... Okay, let me go squirrel for 2 seconds.
Go.
Which leads me to the discussion of education, period. The way we educate ourselves in America. We read. I was an instructor. You teach to the test. You don't teach for knowledge.
Right.
And the problem is, if I just teach you little bits and pieces, enough for you to reach the test and pass the test, that means that you probably don't have a firm grasp of the concepts that I'm trying to, let you understand or have you understand.
Right.
And that's what we are. So many people. You cannot teach the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Buddha scroll. I don't care what it is. You can't teach it by just letting people read the passages and then regurgitating that back to other people.
Right.
That's not what this is about. You don't have an understanding. Knowledge is an understanding.
Yeah.
Okay, so this Breton, Ricky,
Whatever he
is, who's
Yeah.
on the A train, get out of here. You going straight to hell.
Right.
Because what you don't have is an understanding.
And in all you're getting, get understanding. That's scripture from the Bible.
There it is.
All right. Next up. So I was reading Aaron Hernandez, right? They released his suicide letters.
Okay.
And when you scroll down, you see the comments. Okay, so there's this dude on there. Now,
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
okay, so this dude says, haha, no releasing his homo letter. It might not fit with the continued narrative that gays aren't sick. They just coincidentally have higher rates of suicide, domestic violence, sexual transmitted diseases, mental illness, and drug alcohol abuse. Move along. Nothing to see here. Now, I don't know who this person is because it's Dr. Anonymous. But I'm just going to say you on the train. You're on the train because you're an idiot. And then the guy that responded to him said, seriously, you are a douche. This is my dude right here. It's because of the way gays have been treated by society that they have higher rates of those things. It's not because they're gay, ignorant. Oh, so his response, oh, so you called me a douche. Would you be, dang it, cut it off. Would you have, what did he say, would you be reassured if I went and committed suicide? That's how stupid your statement is. You're also going to have to explain to me how society states queers is causing them to harbor and spread STDs at alarming rates. You and I both know that gays are not healthy people, and homosexual behavior is just another symptom in a long list of symptoms reflective of their disease, LGBTQ syndrome.
Once again, perfect example.
Stupid. I'm like, wow, I read it, I immediately got heated.
What would it, I just want to go for a moment to Fantasyland.
Okay.
Sometimes I like to go there.
Sometimes it's a good place to go.
Sometimes it's fun.
Yeah, visit.
So I would like to just for a moment think, what would the world be like if we who are discriminated against treated other people the way they treat us?
Well, that's part of the fear.
Because we don't.
We don't.
I mean, now, there's always exceptions to the rule. So I can't stereotype and say nobody ever treats. But I mean, if we as a society of LGBT people or minorities of any type decided that we would treat straight people the way they treat us.
Yeah.
Just imagine for a moment what that would feel like. Like,
well, it's
trolling websites so that you can, say something stupid to them.
Yeah, because, a lot of times they're on these websites and then they make a stupid comment and people are like, well, why are you even here? When Barack Obama made his speech, right, accepting the John F. Kennedy Award.
Right.
There are people on there just trumping. And then other people are like, this is not even for you. Why are you even here?
Right.
And it's like people get off on it.
Yes.
They gotta have that chaos. They gotta have that drama. It's like their blood needs it or something. They smell blood. They want to go after it. And I just do not understand why Americans are so evil. Just mean, vicious, nasty peoples. And I'm not saying everybody, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you can't stereotype and say everybody.
But what I'm saying is these folks that like you say, troll place, they don't even, why are you there? I'm not going to a white supremacist room. I don't want to do that.
Think about that.
I'm not going to your room. I'm not going to your page. I'm not going to nothing. I'm not trying to hear you. We don't agree. I know we don't agree. So why would I do that?
But see, that's the mentality of people who have oppressive behaviors. Is that they do go looking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like in my normal life, I would never, like you said, it has never once dawned on me. I might have to try it sometime. Just as an experiment.
What you would?
For the podcast. For the truth. But I mean, I've never once thought, let me go on a white supremacist or, Westboro Baptist people's page and troll them and make comments. It might be fun. We'll try it. I don't understand. I don't understand why they feel that gut need.
I don't either.
To do it.
I don't
it's fun. They get off on it.
I mean, people were, it's just like, we love you, we miss you. he is not your president. I mean, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what is the problem here? Leave these folks alone. They're enjoying this time. Leave them. We've heard the ABC talk from 45 since he started talking as president.
Yeah.
We're tired of the ABC.
Cause I go squirrel one more time.
Squirrel.
Then I won't do it no more. So, like you were saying about trolling, I happen to love the Alaskan Bush people. That's my show. They doing some incredible innovations in the bush that I am just like, wow. Okay, so I kept hearing these rumors that it wasn't true. It was a fake show.
Right.
Which hurt me to my core because I'm like, Bear, that's my dude. He be out there running and jumping over stuff. And it's just like Billy and Ami. Like, they're in my heart. Like, they're my family, you know. I get caught up in TV sometimes.
They know you're their family.
No, they don't. But that's beside the point. Because I was getting ready to write a letter, but that's beside the point. So
Okay.
here we go, squirrel again.
Okay.
So I was on the Alaskan Bush People Facebook page through Discovery Channel, trying to find out more about this controversy, and the things that people said were so cruel. I was like, oh, OMG. They were talking bad about Billy. I mean, how he was a scammer and he had cheated people out of money and, you know, people. And in me, I go double click on folk because you talk bad about somebody. I want to see, are you a real person? Because there's a lot of bots
Yeah.
out there that are really not people.
Yeah.
They're just computer generated to start crap.
Right.
So I click on the name to find out where you from. Do you have like a real location, a real Facebook profile? Do you actually have friends?
Right.
Have you posted anything? Because you know what happens a lot is they'll be like, there's no post. Like there'll be like 5 posts on the whole page.
Right.
That's not real. So I go on clicking and double clicking and clicking on clicking, and then I'm sitting here reading this stuff. But the bottom line was it was so cruel. I'm like, look, it's a TV show. You have the power of the remote in your hand.
Right.
If you don't like the TV show, it's this thing called turn it off. Change the channel. You know, they're on here going after these people. And I'm like, there are kids on this show. You know, it's just like, why? It's a wholesome show. They're not on there cussing. They're not acting a fool. They're just trying to struggle and live their life. Whether it's reality or scripted, it doesn't actually matter to me because I enjoy the wholesomeness of the show. You know, it's not a bunch of sex and pornography. It's just a wholesomeness to the show. And so, you know, it's like you said, if you don't like it, why are you even on the Alaskan Bush People's Facebook page? Just so that you could be on there to talk bad about people who watch it and talk bad about... You got nothing better to do?
No.
Nothing? Nothing.
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 Not a thing.
Whew, they go on the A train too. All of you
right.
trollers go on the A train. That's just sad. Get a life.
It is very sad.
Very
It
sad.
is very sad. I got the dude, the former GOP congressman that tweeted about Jimmy Kimmel.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that when Jimmy Kimmel was talking about his son? Was
Yes,
born
about
with
his son.
and
Yes.
that dude that said your sad story
Mhm.
does not, you know,
Right, because he basically
doesn't
said Jimmy
obligate
Kimmel
me.
got money. And,
Yeah, it doesn't obligate me or anybody else to pay for somebody else's health insurance, right?
Mhm.
All right, so Mr. Walsh, you are really not important anymore. You don't even belong to anything. You know, you had a lot of back child support. They said he cleared that up. Good for you. But Jimmy Kimmel's point was this. He could take care of his son. He can pay for his son's operation. But there are so many people who cannot.
Right.
So shut up.
So you was gonna be good.
Well,
It's hard.
you know, babies, man, babies.
I know.
These evil people, man.
Mhm.
Ah.
It's hard. It's hard when you're passionate and you care about people. You know, we at Just My Opinion, we honestly do care. You know, we even care about those who don't like us. That's why we do the show. We do care. We want you to get an understanding because you don't have to be stupid your whole life. You know, part of your life, okay. But your entire life, you don't have to be that stupid that long.
Well, you know, and our hope is that you would want to not be that stupid that long. That's our hope and desire for you.
Exactly.
Okay?
Mhm.
I'm done. I'm done. I have nothing left to give. Nothing left to give.
Yeah, I'm done. I'll save my squirrels for next time.
I thought you got more squirrels?
I always got more squirrels.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Okay, yeah. Well, I want to thank you guys. We want to thank you for joining us. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. And we're going to try to get this out so everybody can view us and join us this way. So, once again, I'm Spiritual Stud.
And I am MT, baby.
And we are out of here.
Peace.